like today me given a task here to clear the whole of that area here from all of the brush them, so the workman them, when the workman them come, then can have them space to work. But when me check in at the office, them now have no cutting tools, which I'm surprised, because through them outsource them maintenance, so them to keep it. So me just use a broom here for push back all of them things here, so me can clear the area. So when I was given that task, even though I never could have find no cutting tool, you think me could have go back inside and tell the people them and my boss say, yo, me can't clear it because me can't find no cutting tool. In fact, me have to improvise and come up with an idea and a strategy how me go carry out the act and the action. So this is how my office say. You see, like how the government seems to be the only group of people who set a mandate and is given a task for help with the economic or even help with crime or anything. But they are the only one they can come and say, hey, I cannot do the job. And the reason why I cannot do the job is because of the previous administration. You see, your previous employee where did hire a year ago, 2 years ago, or 4 years ago, and him make me cannot do the job because of the mistakes where him did do. I no longer cannot do the job. That seems to be the government motto. Once you give them a task to do or a task to carry out, them are going to report and come back and tell you, say, hey, I know I said and swear upon when was doing the campaign that I can do the job. But now that you employ me, I cannot do the job due to how the jobs was messed up by the previous administration. They are the only one who can set a goal and then come back to the people, their employer, that they cannot do the job because of the mistake by the previous administration. A mechanic can say that, an engineer can say that, anybody who in any job or in any role, they cannot come back to the table and say, hey, the reason why I cannot carry out this job is because of the previous mistake that was done by the other worker. The government is the only one who is allowed to give these excuses, no matter what is the task at hand. Once they fail and they have put in them strategy, sometimes they don't even put in a strategy, them just come back and tell us it cannot be done. And me not see why me as a regular worker have to improvise, come up with ideas, different ways of how to carry out the task. But the government and the top people them will go college, will spend no much time. Because when I was given the job, them even asked me questions like, if you don't have the tools and the things required to do the job, are you good at improvising? Are you good at coming up with a strategy for counter it? And I have to say yes, because me have to use the brain between my 2 ears. But the government on every level have one excuse they can always pull out of the bag, and we seem to believe them. We seem to always take it that, hey, the previous administration that was there, they messed it up so much. That is my reason why I can no longer do the job, and nobody bats an eye. But any other job or anything, this excuse would never fly. Nobody would buy it. And I said it to somebody and they say, hey, the government is different than any other job. And I'm saying, how is it different than any other job? If you're going to put in a strategy and for make it work and it don't work, that is a fault. And you, the person who is sitting in the role, the fault is not the previous person who had the job. You supposed to can roll back, repeal, and make adjustment for these things. Even before you carry it out, you supposed to at least have long-term vision of the future to see the ways how to counter the problem and make sure say it gets carried out to the best of your ability. Me don't want to hear you just come back to me and tell me that, hey, you don't have the tools, or hey, the guy when he was in charge the last 8 years are from 1970, he messed it up, so no, I cannot carry it out. I think that's a cop out. I think you're a failure. I think you are just coming up with excuses for your own negligent. And I'm not going to buy it. I am not going to buy excuses for your own negligence. And that come to my mind. Huh? No.